Welcome to all you Librans out there. Welcome to your monthly horoscope for October of 2022. And for some of you, of course, happy birthday, dear Librans. It's your birthday, or for some of you, it's your birthday, and a happy birthday and a happy solar return. Now, what is going on in October? A lot. It's a very eventful month with solar eclipses and Mercury's direct and Mars going retro and Jupiter going retro, even in another sign. A lot is happening. Now, that is the reason why I made a lot of separate videos of all these things separately. So if you want to know a little bit more about the Mercury retrograde in your sign, by the way, you can go to my YouTube channel and the playlist and look at Mercury retrograde or Mars retrograde. I already made a video of that as well. Now, next week I'm going to make separately a video about the solar eclipse. But this video, as I said, is to have a little bit of an overview. So for those of you who like to have an overview, what is this all about? Well, around the 2nd and the 3rd of the month of October, we're going to have a Mercury direct. And that's good news, because this whole month starts off with epiphanies, with understandings. And for you, it's in your 12th house. So things that were lost, literally, your keys, for instance, could, or your whatever, you could find them back when Mercury goes direct. And it goes direct in your sign around and about the 11th of October. So definitely a lot of understandings of yourself and therefore of your whole life path. Because when Mercury goes direct, you find a new way of understanding yourself. And it is often, isn't it, that if we understand ourselves exactly, we understand other people way better. We are not as hard, again, because we have self-love and we understand when other people are acting the way they are acting. Also, you will have more understanding when it comes to your work, when it comes to your home. All these things are the first week of the month. So the first 2 weeks of the month are really about those clarity and understanding. So if you're watching this in September and you're saying, Veerle, it's all falling apart, it's because of that Mercury retrograde in your sign. So keep on going, keep on going. So things need to happen for you as well in the circumstances, but the only thing that you can do is reflect and try to figure out what's going on for you. Now, because of that, when people have a lot of understanding, a lot of the things that they do, which is Mars, and a lot of the things that they understand and believe in, their hopes and wishes and purpose, which is Jupiter, it's going backwards. So at the very end of the month, this Mars is going backwards in your 9th house of understanding. It's a mental house at the 31st of October. So because of all these insights you're having, it's like the bigger picture is expanding for you and you are reassessing what you have believed for a long time. So it could be anything, but a belief system is here under reassessment. And that's a big thing. Especially when you want to change your life, it's all about the mind and the belief system. So this is a period of time at the very end of October up until the midst of January, where you can pick up again an old study, where you can pick up again a book that you were writing and you are re-editing. But definitely that you could go travel as well, you know, traveling back to something or a country that you already went when you were, you know, in the past, revisiting. So very active, but in a more reassessment kind of style when it comes to your own philosophy. It's under, you could say it's under a challenge. And that is because you have changed. So it's very much you making that change here. Also, Jupiter goes backwards into another sign, even from Aries into the sign of Pisces on the 29th of October, and that is your 6th house. So it's the last couple of degrees that it's there, 29, 28 degrees of Pisces, and it will stay there up until the end of the year. But this is for you a very good time for how can I find more meaning and purpose in my work? How can I find more meaning and purpose in my health and how to keep it healthy? So these are the things that you already were visiting last year, and You could say specifically around April, May, June time. And now you have an opportunity, you do whatever you want to do with it, to revisit that and to improve that situation. So for a lot of you who, because all the epiphanies happened in your first house, you could say, look, I need another job. I need to do a different work, or I need to do a different routine. Whatever it is, it's going to be very good for your expansion and your purpose, which is so important nowadays, isn't it? Last but not least, the eclipse. So there is a solar eclipse with the sun, the moon, and Venus, which is you. So super, super important. This is all happening in Scorpio at 2 degrees around the 25th of October, but you feel it a whole month. And it's with the South Node. A double whammy of letting go and some sort of an ending and releasing here. And this is of the Syros cycle 6 South, but I'll explain more in another video what that is all about. But for you now to know, it's that it's happening in your second house, which is your Venusian house, which is where your ruler, it's the house of the Taurian, but it's also ruled by Venus. So this is all about your self-worth. This is all about your money, your assets, the things that you, your resources, your value. So, and it's like an old way of how you valued yourself has ended. And it's a lot about self-love, you know, Venus in your second house. And therefore, you're going towards a way more healthy attitude towards yourself. That's basically it. Because Scorpio is about this transformation. It's about toxicity that you are leaving behind in order for you to get more healthy. So yes, there could be also that you are like emptying your wardrobe, for instance. I mean, assets, it can be clothes, it can be books, it can be your car, it can be whatever it is. There's like an ending, but you loved it, but you know that when you end it, you are going towards something that is way better. That's basically it. But the ending is scorpionic, right? Which means that it has taken you a long time to make that ending. But whatever it is, it's going to prompt you into more healthiness and more being, it's like an old car and you're selling it and you kind of liked it, but you know, it was not longer healthy for you. I mean, it was giving you stress and, you know, every time in the traffic and your car stopped and whatever, and now you have the space to, for instance, you know, that is this cycle that this is all about. So how good for you. Have the best month ever, as always, and thank you for listening, and see you next month. Bye bye.